Let's catch the elevator here. Sounds familiar. Poor guy. I mentioned earlier that I was gonna paraphrase some of the text boxes just to get an idea of what they were saying. I'll mostly restrict that to doing things that actually matter to the story or the gameplay.
Transition major of plate section C, D, E, and F will commence in 15 seconds. Please keep area clear. The district of South Anachronox is not liable for injury.
Well, I'm not sure I should get involved here, but let's remember the name Simon Langer for this angry lady. The Fountain Overlook. Here's where that floater outside Rowdy said we'd find his cousin.
I know secrets. Lots of them. We could share a few if you've got any to spare.
Look, you little beefer. I know every stoolola from here to the reservoir, and you ain't a regular.
Regardless, I know things. For example, one of Detz's crash doctors threw a private dick out a window today, just a few blocks away from here. Flung like a rag doll.
So you heard about that, huh? Big deal. You gotta do better than that if you want to impress me.
Your first pet was a miniature Spitzer named Earl.
What's your rate, Chunker?
Strictly a quid pro quo arrangement. I believe the free exchange of information should be the goal of every civilized society. Don't you think? Keeps everyone just a little more honest.
So I gotta share my dirt with you before you'll sprinkle any of your own, huh?
That's the idea. I'll be here for the next few hours if you have any inquiries, Detective.
Anachronox was built on a modified version of the Quake 2 engine, hence the somewhat blocky models. Still, what details and animation the models lack is often compensated for with really cinematic angles and camera movements. I really respect that they're not afraid to push the camera right up against low-res textures, just to get the dramatic image they want. And I feel it definitely works. Evening, officer. If you'll remember, that's Marina, leader of the Anachronox resistance. If I say she's at Rowdy's, then there will be some Nox guards there to pick her up next time I drop by, and I'll miss out on an elaborate quest line, so no. Not getting through here right now. Another one of those conspicuous Anachronox symbols. Let's snap another picture. This way towards Frank's flophouse. This area looks pretty seedy. Aside from the little market stall, you've got the way to the junkyard, the way to the tenements area, and Gala's creature repair behind us. When I started this LP, I figured I was going to skip over talking to most characters who don't have something to say that's relevant to the story. But already I found myself stopping to talk to nearly everyone I come across. I know that's more suited for a screenshot let's play, but apparently I can't help myself. Even when the dialogue isn't laugh-out-loud funny, it's at least charming and witty. Supposedly, Tom Hall chose not to have voice acting outside of the cutscenes because it would get repetitive. I don't know. On one hand, the dryness of text delivery makes a lot of the jokes work really well. On the other, what voice acting there is quite good. Ion Storm apparently recruited their voice actors mainly from a local Dallas theater group, and Tom Hall voiced a few characters himself.
Transition minor. Plate sections 32, 33, 11, and 6 will commence in 15 seconds. Please keep area clear. The District of South Anachronox is not liable for injury or death resulting from plate transitions. Stand by. Transition complete.
I'm not sure if he doesn't want to sell his fruit to anyone or just not to me. The Tie Miner gets a little plate of fruit. Useful. Woof. Gala's animation's a little glitched. Gala sells a few healing items. I'll get a couple of regular heal greases so I don't have to use my plus ones. Time Minder tears are items you can use in battle to either heal back up to full health or bring a party member back if they got knocked unconscious. Aside from the fact that they're too rich for my blood, I don't have any extra party members to actually use them, so maybe later. Whoa! Creepy. Yeah, Gala's a pretty cool lady. Another one of those data ports down here. Ah, what's this? We found a taco, which is an acronym, but we'll learn exactly what it means later. Alright, I sense combat in the near future, so I'm gonna drop a heel grease in preparation. And just in case I bite the dust, I'd better save my game. Oh boy! 2 alley goons pop out of nowhere to attack me. The game actually never does this outside of this one spot. All other times you will be able to see enemies from afar and can prepare. 2 enemies at once can stomp boots pretty easily at this stage, so I'm not taking any chances. First, Fatima's screen slows down the damage rates.
Warning. Transition minor of plate sections 32, 33, 11, and 6 will commence in 15 seconds.
Next, I'm using my last bindle bag to get rid of one of
The
them.
District of South Anachronox is not liable for injury or death resulting from plate transition. Stand by.
If the alley goon had more than 200 hit points, he'd spend the next few turns taking some extra damage from the bindle bag's burning after effect. Here you can see that the alley goons have less in the speed stat than Boots does, because I get to attack again before this guy's turn has come up. And that's good, because I do just enough damage to kill him. A fresh bindle bag and a heel grease. Always nice. These 2 Brebulons seem to be having a lively discussion, but I can't make out what they're saying. I'll take some more photos for my rapidly building portfolio. Another one of those bug mounds. Can't get into the junkyard area until the plates around here realign, but I have no reason to go in there anyway. Yet another Anachronox symbol. Okay, Corticam, take picture. Another one. Okay, sir, sorry to bother you. I'll let you get back to your racial profiling, right after I get a picture of this guy. Hope this doesn't get me arrested.
Warning. Transition major of plate section C, D, E, and F will commence in 15 seconds. Please keep area clear. The district of South Anachronox is not liable for injury or death resulting from plate transition. Stand by.
Sorry, I don't have any change. This area of Anachronox isn't exactly high profile. I spotted something bright red on the far side there. It's a little guy. Might as well get a picture. I think I've exhausted things down here. Let's go back up the ramp. Okay, this place is kind of depressing. If you turn up the sound, you might hear an odd little bit of singing in the background. It's coming from that little red critter that I just photographed. This guy can be useful for first-time players. I don't think I've ever tried making use of him, actually. Right. Forget that. I'll find the animals room myself. Can't be that many rooms in this butthole. This guy gives me the lowdown on time minders. I love that they came up with a fairly elaborate background just to explain save points. Guess I'll just start trying doors. Whenever an object seems interesting, that means you can use a character's world skill on it. In the case of doors and chests, it's of course usually going to be picklock. From experience, I can usually tell from looking at the color bar whether I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 ticks away from the right number for the current tumbler. And it's usually the case that if the first tumbler is a few ticks up from the current number, the next tumbler will be a few ticks down from the current tumbler, and vice versa.
Excuse me.
No, come on in. I could use the company.
Valesta sent me to see you about a job.
Forget about it. This old guy, Grumpos, he hires me to go into the tunnels, right? Bring back some mistech, easy job. Hell, I wasn't there 10 minutes when something came out of nowhere and did this to me. I mean, look. Look at me. And the old bastard won't even pay me. He said, no mistech, no money. He's in the tenements next to the movie theater, if you want to punch him in the face for me. Right in the face.
The game occasionally sinks into these darker bits. So much for that job lead. Or maybe... well, that's the least we can do. To make sure Boots doesn't lose it, why not put it on? The bottom 2 slots in a character's equipment screen are for bracelets, armbands, bracers. You'll be surprised by how many synonyms the writers come up with for things to wear on your wrists. Notice that Valeska's bracelet raises Boots' speed slightly, and it has one other effect you can't see until we get into a fight again. Almost a shame I'll have to give it back. This guy talks about how this place was a mausoleum for dead aliens, but I'm not sure if that's true or just a theory, because I get the impression that nobody actually knows what the original inhabitants of Anachronox looked like. The idea that they got sick and died is supposedly where it got its name from, though. A combination of something like anachronism and noxious, to mean poison from the past, which I'm pretty sure is not proper etymology, but does sound cool. As in any RPG, resting heals your party. It usually does work to pop off a few heal creases, but let's see it in action. We get dropped in one of Frank's spare rooms, and I spy another taco to collect. The door to the left leads back into the flophouse, but let's check out this back door. A very basic 2-tumbler lock. I'll start skipping through these lockpicking mini-games now. You've probably seen enough of them. Okay, nothing worth seeing here right now, but Booze's remark that hidden deals take place here will bear fruit in the future. Back upstairs. There's still a bunch of rooms to check out before we head across the street and see if we can find this Grumpos character that stiffed the Animo on our payment. Yeah, another lock 2 complex for Boots right now. The door to the right here doesn't actually open. Man, nobody cares about me just openly picking all these locks. Alright. Spices, huh? Don't mind if I just pick the lock to the room where your brother's sleeping. I guess all these cute little boxes are full of the spices, but I can't do anything with them. I'll just get out of here. Thank you, Fatima.